Hey guys, so tomorrow is our 6-year-old's 7th birthday and she has requested me to make her a specific type of birthday cake. So let's make a start. I do apologise about the weird lighting. It will flicker every so often. We think the light might be on its way out because it's a big square one set in the ceiling. We're waiting for a new whole panel to arrive. So let's bring you over. I have already measured everything out and hid it underneath my tea towel. Okay. Oh, that's the ballons and balloons. I don't need those right now. They're for later. Let's put them over on top of the potatoes. Right. Okay. So we have our eggs. We have our butter, our sugar, our flour. Now she has requested real lemon and fruit cake. So I zested a lemon and I juiced a lemon. That's probably more juice that I'm going to need. So whatever I don't use I will put in a tub and maybe use for some muffins later or something. Okay, so I do have a cup of coffee as well. Cheers. It's my little Highland cow. Look, he's so cute. Okay, so first things first. We're going to get our blender out. I did have a friend ask me in person why I suddenly went from making cakes with the normal traditional spoon or whisk to being lazy and using a blender. Not being lazy, I have arthritis in my wrists. Which you can see I had operations years ago on them. There you go. So, I'm not being lazy, I'm just being cautious to not cause any more damage to myself. Okay, down we go. Now let's get on to the serious bit. So we have our eggs. We're going to put the butter in first, and I'm making a double layer like I did with our 5-year-old's cake. So here we have 8 ounces of butter, which is going to go directly into the blender. 1, 2. You can now pop that down there. Then we're going to pour in 6 ounces of, well, this is just normal cane sugar. Most people use caster sugar. I actually find cane sugar is better. And keep a cloth close in case we end up like this with butter everywhere. Don't worry about it. Let's just wipe it off with a towel. Okay, now we are going to then put in 2 medium eggs. Sorry about the noise. Although I'm going to say I'm using duck eggs. 1. Okay, now I am going to blitz this. I will warn you, this will be noisy. But I'm going to try. I like quick blitz. Okay, I'm not going to. You're not going to kill your ears again. I will come back in a second once that's blitzed. Like now. Okay, so it's blitzed up. It looks kind of a bit like cottage cheese at the moment. Now we're going to move that to the side. We're going to take our flour. Now what I tend to do, because it does get messy otherwise, I need to bring you guys a bit closer, don't I? There we go. That's so much easier. I didn't realise you couldn't see before. Sorry about that. I tend to cover the hook here. There's a little metal. Okay, come off then. See this little metal hook here? That is actually where it locks on. So if this stuff's stuck here, it won't lock properly. So I tend to cover it and then pour it in. So yes, it goes over my hands, but it doesn't get caught up in the locking mechanism. There we go, put it all in. Then shake it around. And then tap the rest off the back of my hand so it's not in the locking mechanism. Now, we're going to put that there for now, but we're not finished yet. I'm going to, where did it go? I want the jug I had just now. That one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take enough fruit for both layers of cake. I'd say about half a jug should be okay. So yeah, what's that? That's like, does it say here? Yeah, so that's two cups. There we go. 2 cups is written on the side. I'm going to put this straight back in. Oh, I can't. I'm going to remove the syrup. Okay, that can go straight in there because I'm not going to need any more. What I will do with this now is I'm going to add a little bit of the lemon juice directly to it. Just a touch. I'd say about half actually. And then we're going to leave that sit in the lemon juice. Actually, we're going to stir it. Just make sure that each of the pieces are each of the bits of fruit are completely covered in the lemon juice. Ugh. Don't worry if you lose a few. And I don't know if anybody knows, probably all do, because you guys aren't idiots like I am. Do not give fruit to your dogs. I learned that the hard way. Well, I got told by the vet not to give him fruit. There you are. It should look all glossy like that when it's done. You know, then each of it is all coated. Okay, now let's leave that to the side. To the side over here. Okay, now we can move this bowl over here. We need to blitz up now this. I moved you guys in the wrong place. So I now need to blitz that up over in the blitzer, and I will be right back. Okay, so when it's done, it'll look like a smooth paste, and it won't run. With your done right, it won't run. It'll be really solid. Now we're going to take a little sprinkle of the lemon zest in the palm of your hand like this. Yeah, I'd say about half. And then just sprinkle it inside. See, it didn't sprinkle very good. It's alright, it'll be blitzed up anyway. And then a couple of spoons of the fruit. Let's see how many. Let's pour in about half, I'd say. Yeah, that's about half. Make sure that it goes right the way around so it mixes it equally. And then we're going to pour in a little touch of the lemon juice. Yep. I'd say that would be good. Now we're going to blitz it again and combine the fruit and the lemon juice into the rest of the mixture. Let's lock it on. And I'll be right back. Okay, it's all blitzed up. Well, I give it a good blitz, but I think it could do with a little bit more actually, but it should be okay. It's not moving as much, which is good. That means it's not runny. Now, before we transfer this to anything, let's prep the tin. Move that out of the way. Put the paper down. We take the base of a spring foam pan. Spring foam means this. A pencil. And let's draw around the base. There we go. Then we drop that back into the bottom of the pan. And then rehook it. Making sure that it's flat all the way around. And then we cut the circle out with whatever scissors you feel like. I always use my meat scissors because I've got other meat scissors. I've got meat shears and meat scissors. Whoop. Yeah. Sorry, I'm being a bit cack-handed today for some reason. Oh, there we go. Oh, for God's sake. Right. Let's hold it like this instead. There we go, that's a bit better. And lost it. Okay, we just get rid of this bit of this now, and then we just we don't put it in just yet. We get a bit of butter and then we go around the outside and then we put flour in there. So a little bit of butter around the outside. Like this. It will get a bit messy, but better than it sticking to the pan. I do apologise if you hear it with random noises coming from the living room, but Dave Davox is trying his best to put together Hope's new bike we bought her for her birthday. And I think it's sounding a little challenging. Ew. That's right, I put it down on top of that lot there, didn't I? That's why it feels weird on the bottom. Right. We need a touch of flour to dust the inside of this pan. So you pop your flour in, then you shake it down so it goes onto the edge, and you carefully rotate it right the way around so it fully covers all the buttered area. This is the bit that is messy. Whoop! See what I mean? But unless you do that, you're not. It'll stick mostly. Tap the excess off into the sink. Well, I tapped it off onto the sink, not into it, but I'm the one that cleans up the mess anyway. Right, then we drop in the paper. And don't worry if you get loose bits of powder on the bottom, it'll be fine. See how I've got a few loose bits of powder around the edge? Just make sure that it definitely covers the ridge on the inside. Just like that. Okay, now we are going to pour in the mixture. Let's take it back a bit. Right, now. First thing, preheat your oven to 160. Okay, now this is where we have a bit of fun trying to unglue the blade. There we go. Take the spoon, scratch all of the excess off the blade back into the pot. There we go. that over there. Whatever. And now we poured it in. I'm going to need to put you guys a bit closer so you can see this. I'm going to pop the tin by here so you can see, and in goes the mixture. Scrape out as much as we can. I've still got quite a lot in there, so I'm going to turn it this way and scrape it off the mechanism. There. Okay. Now, keeping hold of the spoon, push the cake mixture flat and right the way around so it goes into all your edges nicely without moving the paper around. There we go, just like that. Then we do our usual tap, 10 tap, to make sure there's no air bubbles in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we can go in, and then it goes up to 180 degrees in the centre of the oven, and then it goes up to 180. Now, that's going to take at least 40 to 45 minutes to cook. So let's set the timer. It's already on 25 from lunch earlier. So we only have to add 20 minutes. There we go. It's on 45. Let's press start on that. And I'm going to clean up here and I'll be back because I've got to do one of the things, the toppings for the cake has got to be done while the first half is cooking because it's got to set in the fridge for a bit. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, that's in the oven. This is cleaned up. Now, I'm going to be doing white icing as the overall part, but I don't need to do that until just after the cakes have cooled. This bit is a bit I need to do early because of the design and because of its this icing needs to set. As you see, it's quite soft. But you need to make the shapes and then put it in the fridge to harden up a bit. I need my box with shapes and everything in a second. Okay, so I need this box here. I'm going to need to take out the edible pens. And I'm also going to use some of these shapes as well. Let's see, what ones am I going to use? Butterflies. I'm going to go with some butterflies as well. And I'll keep these out for later, I think. They're the glitter sprays. I'm going to put them by there. Okay. Now, put this box over here. And let's open the first one of these and roll it out. I need the scissors. There we go. Yellow icing. Oh, remove my rings so they don't make marks in the icing. Okay, let's bring you a bit closer. And closer. Do you see? Good. So let's knead the yellow icing. Firstly, I'm going to knead it on the actual top and then roll it out on the white one on the board. Oh, sticking already. That's annoying, but right. Well, it's softened enough now for me to do what I need to do with it. Let's roll it flat. In actual fact, I'm going to break it in half because I don't think I need the whole amount right now. Squash. Okay. Do you know what I think that would... apart from this bit being really thick, I think that would be big enough. Now, I'm going to show you the picture of exactly what it is that our little monsters decided she wanted for her birthday. She asked for a Pikachu. So, I did my best with the Pikachu stenciling. Now, let's see, is he going to fit on that? Oh, just about, apparently. Okay, so. Ooh. Well, it just about came out. Okay, so. Now, let's move you a bit closer so you can see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try and do this on top of the here, underneath the light. So let me move the drying racks and the other spare stuff. Okay, right. Now you should be able to see that now. Let me point you directly down. That's better. Okay, so I now need a red and I need a black. Oh, I went off the stencil a little bit there. That's okay, because I'm going to cut that bit out anyway. No. I did order new edible pens. They haven't arrived yet, which is really frustrating because I ordered them 2 weeks ago. It's a bit fiddly because it's very, very soft icing. Okay. Need to do that bit a little darker because it's gone quite light there. Okay. Okay, there we go. So that's the outline so far. Now, I'll try and remember which bits are Pikachu black. I think it's just the tips of his ears. I don't know if I've got enough black left to do the tips of his ears. Well, it'll have to do. Okay. Right, so our red cheeks. Red lightning bolt on the bottom of his tail. Okay. And he's got like creamy coloured eyes, but I can't do cream on yellow, so I think I'm gonna go with blue. Give him a bit of blue on his eyes. He looks like he's got something wrong with his eyeball. Right, at least his eyes are the right same colour. At least his eyes are the same size now. Okay, that's the best I could do with Pikachu. I don't think he requires any more colour. So now we can cut around that now. wrong knife. Let me grab my smaller knife. There we go, tailor around Pikachu. Oh, there we go. Just tailor around him very, very carefully. There we go. Now, whoa, I got stuck to the board. There we go. Oh, we've got a bit in the middle. I don't know if you can see it. A little bit in the middle that needs to be moved. And it's gone. See that tiny little triangle there by his tail? And there is our Pikachu. He's now got to carefully come off here, go on the plate, and then go into the fridge for a few hours to set. Oh dear. He does not want to come off this board. Wondering if I should just put the board in the fridge. You know what, I'm going to just put the board directly into the fridge. I'll just be a minute. Oh, no, that board won't fit there, but it should fit nicely under there. There we go. Right, so what we're going to do now, I will just be a minute. Okay, right, so what I did was I went and got some food dye from the fridge, and we are going to use the littler. It's my cheese board, but it's alright for rolling this stuff out. We're going to mix some colours together to make the different coloured butterflies for around the outside, and then that's also going to go into the fridge. So we're going to take some of the icing that we just cut off the cake. We're going to mix a bit of green with this one and see what colour we get. And then mix it the way we always mix it, which is to fold it in the middle and then just fold and rub until it's all mixed through. It's come out as a green, I guess. But then green and yellow are pretty much next to each other on the colour wheel, so it's not a shock it's come out. But it's come out this kind of neon green, which is kind of unusual. So I'm thinking, because they also like Bulbasaur, I can't make a Bulbasaur, but I can make some flowers and butterflies for the side. So there's the colour for the flowers. Or maybe I'll just do the butterflies. I haven't fully decided yet. But we have to roll this one, which is the red. So we're going to put a bit of red into this one. And then we roll it, and then roll it, and then roll it, until the colour comes through. But actually, the colours come through right all over my hand, actually. It's come through as like an orangey pink look. It's quite an unusual colour. I do have food dye all over my hands now though. What I'd like to do though is take a pinch of each colour and mix it together and find out what we get. Probably brown with my luck, but let's have a look. It's come out as like this weird like terracotta colour look. So we have three different unusual colours. We have, well, not unusual colours, this is like a reddish orange. This is a lime green, and that is a form of orange, more like a peachy orange. Right, my camera is flashing at me, which means I got to change the battery. I will be back in a minute. Okay, that's the battery changed, but while I was doing that, I also grabbed out the, I thought it was a poinsettia. It turns out apparently it's a lily. I don't know if that's true or not. Depends on whether you put it together, but I'm just going to make the shape and the ivy and the butterfly. So those are going to be the ones for around the edge. So I need to move you slightly up so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to go with the red first, I think. Whoops, I forgot about my coffee. Okay, let's move this clear ice in that we didn't use. And roll up the red colour. Oh, it's really sticky. Because of the food colouring on it, it's very, very sticky and hard to roll. Okay, right. So we're going to do the butterfly in this reddish pink colour. Put it on, press it down, pull it up. Oh no! It needs to be a bit thicker for it to actually work, so unfortunately that didn't work. And now it's stuck to the board as well because the colouring has actually made it extremely sticky. Plus I think the board is too rough because it's the cheese board to actually you know what I'm going to do? Don't know if I can even roll it out on here. Well, I can. Yeah. I think I've got the bike together. I can. Actually, I should be able to. I have a here it is. I literally have an icing rolling pin, which is a very, very small rolling pin. I don't want to do it too thin. I also don't want it to stick. So that should be thin enough. Now let's pop the butterfly on, put the stamp down, pull it up. Pop the butterfly down, stamp, pull up. Okay, that's 3 of them done right there. I got to do is peel the icing away from around the butterflies. There we go, we got 3 red butterflies. Just like that, see the little butterflies? Okay, now I'm going to need a different plate now, aren't I? A good thing I've got 4 of them. Right, let's carefully transfer these butterflies to the other plate. Because these are just for the side of the cake, so it doesn't matter if they're... but there is a butterfly Pokemon, if I remember rightly. Butterfree or something. I mean, it doesn't look like Butterfree, but that could be the excuse. And like the Ivy Leaf, because it's a nature looking thing, will be to represent Bulbasaur. You can actually tell I'm now just making up excuses. Because I couldn't do the Bulbasaur I wanted to do to the side. Okay, I should be able to get 3 butterflies out of that now. Well, I did. It got stuck to the print. It got stuck to the stamp, basically, because this is like a stamp look. There we go. Right, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can gather that up now. And now we're on to the flower shapes with the green. One, 2, 3, 4. One of the flowers got caught. That should be okay. Right, 1. Why did them bloody things move? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that one rolled under. I'm going to have to redo that one. Okay, that's fine, no problem. I think Dad's having more fun with that than she is. Well, she hasn't got it yet. She's got to wait a few hours. That's number 4 and number 5. And we need 1 more. It's starting to get tacky now, so now it's sticking to everything. And that's number 6. Right. Okay. So. Oh wait, no, I need. I might need 1 or 2 more actually. Seven, 8. There we go. Nearly finished. Yeah, no, it's gone too soft now to actually do that. So I think 8 will be fine. So we got 6 butterflies, 3 red, 3 terracotta, and the 8 green leaves to all go around the edge. I'm just mixing these together now for some toppings for some muffins later, so this is not for anything in particular. Okay, right, so all of this will go on here now for later on, and these can now go into the fridge to set nicely. Okay, right, we have 5 minutes left on the first half of cake. I'm going to take a quick peek. It's looking good, but it doesn't look like it's ready yet. Let's get the skewer and test. Wooden skewer. And into the cake back out. Oh, it's ready. It's done. Okay, well, we're going to need to bring out the cooling rack. Pop it by there. Put on your oven gloves. And let's take it out and take a look at it. That's what it looks like. It's looking good. Let's take it out and pop it there. Close the oven just for a minute so as I can make sure that it's loose around the outside. Now let's remove the spring on the side, and even if you've taken it out, you think it's cool, do not touch the metal on the side, because even if this feels cool, that will not be. I've learned that. There we go, and it can come out nice and clean like that. And we should be able to, what I like to call quick transfer, which is hand, tin, peel. Flip it onto your hand, then flip it back over and slide it onto the cooling rack like that. Okay, now let it cool before you try to line it for a second batch of cake. Now we're going to let that stay there to cool. We're going to then put the second batch in, and then we will be back once the second batch has cooked and they've both cooled. Then I can get the white icing out, which is in the fridge because I'm an idiot and put white icing on top of the tumble dryer and then turned the tumble dryer on and the white icing went soft. So at that point now the white icing will be set, the decoration icing will be set, and we can then decorate it using my spinny. So I'll be back once it cooks. I will be back once the cakes have fully cooled and the icing is set. See you in a bit. Okay, so everything is cooked and cooled. So now we can make a start on icing the cakes. Let me just adjust you guys in a slightly different way. That should make that a bit easier. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, I forgot the rolling pin. Okay, so let's get the white icing out of the way a minute. I removed it from the fridge finally. And we're going to pop the cake right here, where I'm using lemon curd for the filling because, as you guys know, the cake is lemon flavoured. Right, so the bottom piece is a lot more flatter, so I'm going to put it this way, I think, and then that one. Maybe. Or I have that one on the bottom and then the flatter one on the top. Yeah, I think the flatter one on the top does seem to work a bit better. Okay. So we need to tailor the very top of this one. Let's move that out of the way a minute because I don't want cake crumbs on there. And we're going to just take the very top of that off so it sits flatter. Nope, wrong knife. There we go. Let's take the very top of this cake off so it sits flat to the base. There we go. Oh, never mind. There we go. Fits much nicer now. I could probably lose a little bit more at the top. Only a bit. Here comes Fred Astaire, tippy-tapping across the floor. Right, now, that should be nice and flat. There we go. We won't waste those bits though. Give us a bowl. I can set these out for everyone to munch on later. Right. Pop it over there. Okay, so now we can remove the paper. Should be able to remove the paper. Why does it always bake over the edge of the paper every single time? Again. Okay, it's paper's actually curved. There we go. Now I can peel the paper off. We've got a nice flat edge. Get the crumbs off, otherwise it'll end up in the icing. And then we're gonna pop that there, and then we're gonna take the paper off the bottom of this one. This one did the same thing. Oh well. It must be my pans. Or I cut the paper too big when I measured it. There we go. Let's get rid of that. And we're going to pop that up by here so that I can clean up all of this mess. Okay, so we have the lemon curd and the icing here. Let's get all the bits out of the way, ready to roll the icing out. There we go. Grab a cloth, give it a quick dust down, and then we're going to open the white icing. Right, now you guys can come a bit closer. So we got the first block of white icing right here. Oh, I can't open this again. Ouch, Chad. Okay, so snip, snip, snip. Okay, this is the first block. Okay, sticking straight to the worktop. Alright, let's get my board. There we go. And let's roll it out. Okay, I'm going to roll this out and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've rolled out the best I can. This isn't like the normal white icing that I usually use. Usually I use royal roll-out icing. I'm using this cheaper version, the Betty Winters one. It's a nightmare to work with. It's very sticky and it will not roll out any more than I already have without sticking back to the worktop. Okay, I'm just going to have to do what I can. Right, so, sorry about that. Let's get me spatula and put a nice big amount of lemon curd between. Let's spread it around first to make sure that it makes it all nice and sticky. And we do the same with the top piece. Like this. Okay, and then we're going to put another nice big amount in the middle. Just give it a nice thick centre. There we go. Nice and thick. Just like that. Okay. So we're going to leave this to the side a minute. I need that back in a minute. I need my towel from over here. Okay, right. Now, let's put these two together. Oh, I dropped it. There we go. And I can now move the cooling rack like that, which gives me a bit more space to work with. There we go. Now, oh no, that towel's all sticky because I accidentally dropped it on the spatula. Right, gonna need to put some on the very top of here now. Yep, it's sliding around. And I don't mean the way it should do. It's actually trying to slide off the top of the other piece. The other base. Okay. Okay, that's the best. That's the best I can do with it trying to slide. Okay, now let's take a look at oh god, it's really stuck itself to the worktop again. Oh, it broke. It broke. Damn. Okay, that's not helpful. This stuff is awful to work with. Okay, there is another way I can do this without using the board, I guess. And without sticking it to the worktop, which it's been doing. And that's to put some caster sugar or something on the worktop to stop it from sticking. So I'm going to use the cane sugar stuff. Just dust the worktop with it a little bit. Oh, for God's sake. Give that a try. Okay, I'm going to re-roll this and I'll just be a minute. Okay, it took a while to try and get it rolled out. I had to use the old chopping board to roll it. I'm hoping that it fits, because if it doesn't, I'm a bit stuck. I can't roll it any further. Oh, it's stuck to this now as well. Yeah, this icing is a nightmare to work with. I don't know how I'm supposed to work with this stuff. It's awful. Ah, it's fallen off the side here. Oh, for God's sake. I'm going to need to get a spatula, I think. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is horrible. No wonder it was cheap. I mean, it wasn't even that cheap. It was $2.69 a pack. But the one I usually use is around about £5-6 a pack. So, unfortunately, we couldn't get my one. The shop didn't have any left. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay, this is horrible. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a massive patch-up job on this. This is horrific. I'm never buying this icing again. It's bloody awful. Okay, it's taken the pattern off the back of that as well, and it's also left a bit of the colour pattern on there as that is, and it's still really thick and squishy. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a very big patch job on this, unfortunately, and it looks horrendous. Good thing most of this side stay pretty much where it's supposed to. Now the cake is slid while I was trying to sort all of that out as well. Okay. Right, I need to tailor this edge here. Right, now I should be able to tuck all of that in and try to get this cake to stay in one place, because it's trying to slide off right now. Okay, tuck it in right the way around, apart from that big patch of missing icing. Okay, now I have this that I can try to patch this big gap in, I guess. Yeah, that's the best I can do, I guess. I've got sticky stuff all over the top of it as well now. Right, wipe my hands, and then I'm going to use the spatula to shove all the edges in. Like that all the way around. Okay, I mean, that's the best I'm going to do. It's got bits on it now from everything. I've had to patch it up, and it's got a bit of colouring, food colouring from the chopping board on it. But that's now smooth-ish on the top. I'm just going to use my hand to smooth it around the sides as well. Make it smooth so that the rest of the icing sticks. There we go. Okay. Let's get the icing out of the fridge. The other icing out of the fridge. 1, 2. The fridge door. Alright. Alright, don't let his ear fall, otherwise he's going to end up getting a busted ear. Okay, I want this now. Oh, can't fit that in there. Damn! That is really, really frustrating. Well, we'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to use the spatula, the palette knife, and just dab sticky stuff. His ears just come off. I am not doing well today. This new bloody icing is awful. Like this, the other one wasn't too bad, but it, you know, broke a little too easily, if you ask me. Right, now I need to pick it. Oh God. I'm trying. His ear fell again. Okay. His ear did in fact snap. What I'm going to do is I'm going to patch him back together the only way I can by pushing him down like that. Okay. Do what I can. Now let's carefully patch him down all the way around. Especially his damn ears, because that's what broke. Unfortunately, he's a bit too far up, but I can't move him now without breaking him even more. But I think he'll be okay. Okay. Right. Now the side ones. A butterfly. A flower. Oh! I forgot to put sticky on him. Oh god, I've only just taken them out of the fridge and they're already going tacky and sticky again. Okay, and a red butterfly. Yeah, this ice is awful. Another green. Well, since everything's already sticky and horrible, I may as well just use my fingers. And then we want another orange butterfly. Oh, too far. Oh god. So sticky. And then another flower. And then another red butterfly. And another flower. A orange butterfly. A flower. Oh, it's stuck to my thumb now, look. And then the last red butterfly. Now there's two butterflies together. You know, it doesn't matter, there's two butterflies together. The way this has been going, I'm surprised I'm actually even getting them to stay on. Okay, well, that's the best I can do. Butterflies and flowers and Pikachu. Alright, let's carefully show you. There we go. I will get a nice photograph of him in a second, but I need to finish this off with a little bit of flair. Now, where did I put those? Where's my glitter sprays? See, the cake will look absolutely awful. Let's try and make it look a little bit more appetizing with some glitter sprays. Hey, where are the glitter sprays going? Okay, I'm missing the glitter sprays. I don't know where they are. Okay, well I was supposed to put glitter spray on, but unfortunately the glitter spray seems to have grown legs and walked off. And I know I had them here ready, but they're not here. Huh. Oh dear. Okay, well, unfortunately, I don't have the glitter sprays. I thought I did, but they are not where I left them. Unfortunately, I moved a load of bags around and I got a horrible, horrible feeling I may have accidentally thrown them in the bin. But that is the cake. I'm going to transfer it into its tub actually before pulling this peel off. Because it does, with it going sticky like that, it's going to have to be stored in the fridge, which means it's going to have to be put in a lockable tub. So we need to transfer this over without breaking anything. Okay, I don't know if that's even going to be possible with how this has been. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be possible. Can I just put the lid over it and then stick it in? No, I can't. Yeah, I can. I'm just going to put it in the fridge on the tray like this. And then I will take a photograph of it later once we've shown Hope her cake. Well, thank you guys for watching. And I will say, even though it seems cheaper, it's not very good. So I would suggest do not use Betty Winter's white icing, unless of course you're better than I am, which wouldn't be a shock. But unfortunately, I prefer the proper rollout royal icing. This stuff is more like a clayish type one, and it's awful, as you saw. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Good night. Sorry, before I go, as I was tidying everything up, I found the glitter sprays. So before I put this fully into the fridge, I'm going to glitter spray it, finally. It has been about 35 minutes. But I found them. They got accidentally put in the coffee cupboard. But I have the silver and the gold. And this is going to be a nightmare because it always looks like Tinkerbell exploded whenever I use these things. But I'm going to do it anyway. So at least Pikachu will look nice and sparkly. Right, that's the gold. You can actually see it floating around. Like, oh no, my camera lens! Hopefully this will also help dry the cake a bit as well. And there we have a nice sparkly Pikachu. Now I'm going to trap those sparkles in there. And unfortunately now I'm going to have to make a massive cleanup of my camera because it is now covered in half a Tinkerbell. Well, that is the finished Pikachu cake. Oh, I didn't show you, did I? So now it is fully finished. And here we go. We have Pikachu. I have now got a massive cleanup job to do. And a birthday cake to hide until the morning. Well, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Good night. Jesus, it's everywhere.